Here we are, back with Liam Pearson from Canada,
Heyo.
fresh off of Toronto, correct?
Big old Toronto Tough Mudder, yeah. Been a very,
Toronto
very
Tough
successful
Mudder.
weekend.
Man, yeah, big weekend. Oh, something just blasted volume on. Sorry about that.
Oops.
Foul in the picture for a second. Sound on my TV just decided to blast off. So,
Hello.
all right. So, how was Tough Mudder Toronto?
Tough Mudder was hot, muddy, wet, dusty, tough, and super successful. I think I saw so many smiling faces, a lot of laughing, a lot of people laughing. We had a great time. I think it was a party, to say the least.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good job. Nice job up there to you and the team. And so you are back home already.
I am.
Man, it's not a Tough Mudder, but next weekend is a whole different event, right?
Yes,
Big event in your life. What's going on next weekend? Share it with our viewers.
Absolutely. I took 2 days off. I got home early. I have our GM Nick filling in for me on site in Tough Mudder as we take things down. But I am planning my wedding coming up this weekend. So I got a full week of planning and then a big celebration weekend coming up.
I mean, obviously you've been planning it much longer than this. You're just in the final stretches, wrapping all the little loose ends up, right? So
absolutely, well, yeah. It's been probably a six month planning phase here. Started last winter and then getting everything wrapped up this week.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on that big day coming up. That's going to be bigger than any race we could ever think about. So it starts a whole new chapter. So congratulations on that. So let's not hold back any longer then, and we'll get through this episode here and let you continue on with that, getting ready for that event. So before you get to that, let's talk real quick. This is Spartan from the Inside, episode number 12. And today we're going to talk about Spartan, Canada at Blue Mountain, right? It's in Ontario, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Blue Mountain, Ontario.
Yeah. And so awesome event. And so I think I'll throw it to you. And first, before we talk about the event specifically, we've been at Blue Mountain for quite a few times, right? I mean, this isn't like our first run here. So, I mean, this is one of our tried and trues. And so what's your favorite part about Blue Mountain? What do you like most about this venue?
Blue Mountain's beautiful. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of Toronto. So a lot of well-known area, beautiful area, beautiful mountains, got views of the lake, Georgian Bay on Lake Huron. We've got our beast, we got our sprint, we got our super. It's a big clay mountain, so super slippery, super fun, right by the village. So you got views from all the different hotels and all the condos, and our course runs right through the village. It's a really cool spot. If you haven't been out, it's one to come to, definitely on our side up here.
Yeah, I know Kaylee's coming up for that event. She's working that event for registration with your team there. So she is super stoked about it. She just loves coming up there, hang out with you guys anyway. But when she can come up there and work, she loves that. So it is a great venue. It is an awesome venue. It always gets great feedback. And you actually answered my next question, and that was this is a trifecta weekend, right? So I mean, it's a big weekend.
Absolutely, it absolutely is it's a big weekend. We've got our 21K. Got our 10K, we got our 5K, we got our kids. We're expecting a big weekend. We're expecting a lot of people, expecting a party. You know, the festival is going to be bumping. Course is going to be wild. It's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, for sure. It's trifecta weekends are awesome and they're insane anyway. So, for those that may not have been to Blue Mountain before, right, which there's potentially quite a few people listening here, maybe on the fence, first timers trying to make that decision. What can somebody expect from a terrain type of Blue Mountain? What does that venue look like? You already said it's kind of there's a lot of clay in the ground there, right? So if it just a little bit of wetness makes everything super slick. But what kind of terrain can people expect? Is it rolling hills or are we talking mountains?
We're talking mountain. It's not got the biggest elevation compared to some other venues. But it is steep, it is slippery, and we got quite a few up and downs. Nice. Good obstacles. So prepare yourself for a good challenge. It's definitely very rewarding. This one, crossing that finish line is going to be a great accomplishment.
Nice. Is it a ski resort, ski mountain?
It is.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. So cool. So What's the vibe like at Blue Mountain? Just for somebody thinking about it, right? That may not have been there before. What can they expect from just the overall vibe of the venue?
It is it's bumping. It's a party. It's right through the village of Blue Mountain. So they've got their whole ski resort set up there. They've got the restaurants, the cafes, the bars, there's spas, there's hotels, there's amusement park, there's a museums. I mean, it's a full resort. And then
Nice.
we're about half hour outside of Barrie, Ontario as well. So it's full size city there. So it's pretty cool. It's you can get pretty much anything you need out there. And then in our festival, of course, we've got our VIP section for the first time in Canada. We've got a membership tent. We've got we've got our beer zone. We've got the festival set up, main stage, all of our sponsors. It's gonna be a party.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. When you have venues like that where you can really incorporate, the entire ski resort itself into it, right? It changes the whole experience for everybody, right? Because they can come in, they can do their race, they can spend the time in the festival area, check all that stuff out, and then they can get out of there and go and enjoy the resort itself, with the, you said it, with the restaurants and shops and things like that are available to them there. So that's pretty awesome. So before we get into that, because I want to talk about kind of that, the things around the venue, and you said Barrie's not far out, and again, I know, it's a pretty easy trip, right? If people are coming from the US up there, right? It's not a terrible trip up there by any stretch, because again, it's a really beautiful place to begin with. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So you said 21K, 10K, 5K kids, right? Obstacle counts, what are we looking at? Pretty standard obstacle counts, pretty standard elevation loss.
Yeah, pretty standard. We're at 33 obstacles on that 21K beast. We're at 26, if I'm not mistaken, on the super, and then 22 on the sprint. Okay. And in terms of obstacles, a lot of similar. If you guys are returning Spartans, you recognize a lot of the obstacles. We do have a new addition on the sprint, so all three distances will hit this. It is a tire drag. So we're filling some tires. Yeah, we're building a new little obstacle here. Filling some tires, giving you guys some good weight, just as you round the bend coming to into the finish line. Okay.
Yeah. So similar to what we've done in the past. I think before we used to call it tractor pull, which was similar, right? And so that's exciting. Yeah, anytime you can throw something extra in there, that's always a bonus for everybody, right? Logistics and planning for this event. Obviously this is something that's important to everybody, right? And we try to touch on this every one of these videos that we do now because it's important to us. From a logistics standpoint, what can people expect from a parking side of the event?
Yeah. So parking is all on site. No need to worry about shuttles or anything. It is on site. We have 5 different lots across the base of the mountain through kind of the village. Everything is walking distance. Some of the parking lots are a little bit further, so expect a 5 to 10 minute walk over to the village. But it is all on site. Make sure you guys get there early enough to make it to the festival and then through our registration for your heat times. But it is all on site.
That's awesome, because you say, even farther out, could be a 5 to 10 minute walk. I always think about our Atlanta venue, right? That's the one everybody in the States knows about. We compare everything to. If it's not that far, then it's not bad, because Atlanta, it's close to a mile from one end, the farthest end of the parking lot to festival, and can take a little. And the bad part is, at the end of the day, after they do their beast, it's all uphill going back to parking there, right? So it's kind of like just insult to injury there. So it's nice anytime you're on site and close. That's awesome, right? So and again, yeah, for sure. Anything specific about venue access as far as coming in? Do they need passes? Again, anything they need to be concerned with as far as everything will be signed up and easy to find?
Yeah, everything will have signage all on the road coming up. The main access route is straight up the main highway from Toronto and then across from Barrie. But we're gonna have signage. We have our digital message board out there. You should be start to see the signs as you come into into Collingwood. It's a small little town there. So pretty straightforward. Good.
Yeah, it makes it easy for sure. So we'll shift over a little bit and talk again, can affect logistics clearly, but not so much as from this perspective. But what's the weather like at Blue Mountain this time of year?
We're looking at mid-October. So it can be cold. It can be quite cold. Even if we're going off of years past, we've worked in the snow before. We've had to work in the frost, in the snow. So it can vary. Of course, if the sun comes out, it can get warm again. So you kind of have to come prepared for all weather, right? So good shoes, gloves, an under garment, and kind of a full suit underneath if you need when it's cold. But then it can warm up in the afternoon as well if the sun comes out.
Yeah, that, and if you're gonna do that 21K, right, or even the 10K, like, and you're going up that mountain once or twice or maybe 3 times, it's not going to take long to warm up. You know what I mean? So I think layers are super important at these events, and just making sure you come ready. And again, even if it means you suffering a little bit right at the start, you may be cold standing in that start chute. But you're going to warm up pretty quick, right? And so you're going to have to shed layers, and instead of trying to worry about that, just again plan accordingly and come prepared, because that's a big deal there.
Plan accordingly, but I would also mention a good warm up before you actually hit the start line too. Make sure your body's warm, you're loose. I know, coming from an athletic perspective, if you're cold and you're tight, especially that first kilometer uphill is going to be rough.
Brutal.
So make sure you're warm, make sure you're loose, and you're good to go.
Don't need no hammies pulled going up that first hill. You got to finish this thing up, right? So, awesome. Yeah. So again, I think weather is always key to our events, right? And we try our best to communicate as much as we can in advance. But at the end of the day, again, unless this is your first time doing this, like, again, but it may not be your first time doing a 5K road race or a 5K trail race or a 10K trail race, right? Same mindset, right? Same gear, same kit. The right shoes, the right clothes, all the way up. It's just going to make for a much better event, much better day for you, right? You're going to enjoy the whole process a lot more. So, in your past recollections for this venue, has weather played a huge role here before? Like, have you just gotten totally surprised by anything here before?
Our cycle is 2 weeks on site, so we definitely deal with the ups and downs of the weather and the snow. And it's typically overnight, early in the morning, which is the hardest part of it. Okay. But you got to come prepared. I mean, rain.
So you're saying there could be some snow.
There could be. The chances are definitely there.
Okay.
Definitely.
Right. Very good. Very good. Yeah. That's always that always adds to the fun and to the craziness of running a race, for sure.
So. And we're not talking about 12 inches of snow here, but just a little dusting here and there there's always a chance.
Sets the mood, right?
Exactly.
Just sets the mood.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's go back a minute to what we were talking about earlier, and that is thinking about, again, the local areas. Like, we already talked about the ski resort, right? But, like, if they get into Barrie, right, there's quite a bit to do there, I'm assuming, right? There's probably tons of good restaurants, beers and bars and food and all the good stuff. Anything else that you'd recommend, or anything else you can think of in that area that you would recommend if somebody's going to make a long weekend of this event?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Barrie is the main town. So if you need just your general grocery store, gym, restaurants, Barrie's your go-to. But there are many small little shops right along Lake Huron. We're right at the Georgian Bay, and there are many little small towns where you can find cute little niche hotels, niche restaurants, little pubs on the water. And I think it's definitely worth a drive through and around the bay there. It's beautiful.
Oh,
especially during that time of year, we have the fall colors. So it's gonna be gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
It's gonna be gorgeous. Yeah, for sure. That I love. Those are my favorites. Like, we all work on the ground. We all, doing these events, and you get the end of the day and you're tired, and especially if you're in a place you've never been. Like, I try to make it a point to go out and find, again, those little restaurants, the local spots. Yeah. Not the chains. I don't mind a chain restaurant every now and then. Sometimes it's just easier and more convenient to do that. But I'm always looking for the local chains and the local things to do. So just embrace the environment that you're in, and embrace the area that you're in, right? And support the local businesses as well. It makes a huge difference. So.
And then I'm a foodie as well, so I'm always trying to find those small spots. And then one thing to also note is that the mountain itself has views of the lake from the top. Okay. So if you're able to squeeze yourself into a volunteering position at an obstacle on top, you're going to be beautiful. It's awesome.
Hey, don't think we weren't going to talk about that here in a second. That was coming, because again, I think it's here's the other part is let's talk about it now. We're here. So I think it's important, again, if you're on the fence, not sure if this was an event you wanted to do, come out and volunteer, right? Maybe the 21K is not for you, right? But maybe that 10K or that 5K is come
Absolutely.
out on Saturday and volunteer, right? Again, listen, the fall colors, the mountain, the views of the lake, right? The bay. I mean, just the whole atmosphere is an awesome way to spend a day. And then if you decide that you do want to jump in and take on that 5K distance and give it a shot, guess what? We pay for that, right? You earn that. So for volunteering, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a win-win. At the same time, you get to check out the area too. And so I think, again, if you're on the fence, sign up to volunteer first and then come out and race. If not, then just sign up to race and then come out and volunteer afterwards, right?
Or even if you're planning to come spectate, if you're coming to watch a brother, a friend, a cousin, a son, a mother, daughter, consider volunteering, because you get a different perspective of the course. You get to see them, in action on course, and then you can decide thereafter if you actually want to participate as well.
Yeah, for sure. What any unique partners at this race? Anybody from a vendor standpoint that people would like to hear about?
Yeah, our festival is gonna be full. Actually, we're looking busy in the festival area. We've got Rally beer coming out in our beer garden. We've got Rain Energies gonna be our sponsor in festival. We've got Electrolyte as our finish line hydration. We've got the OPP coming out. They're gonna do a little body drag, so that'll be fun for everybody out in the festival. We've got Rodex Tire. They're going to be there. We've got Perfect Sports Bars, Protein Bar, Meltwich. So we've got a food truck coming out, and then we also have the venue. So the venue's doing their own merch, food, and it's gonna be packed. It's gonna be fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, sounds like a great festival area for sure. Which is always great, right? I mean, again, the more we can pack into the festival area, and just again, local businesses and good food and cold beer, it just makes for a better environment to hang out in after the fact for sure. So think about, again, so from encouraging a first-time racer, right? I think what's the incentive for a first-time racer to come out to this event? You just talked about it's on a mountain. It's clay. It's going to be slick. Man, it could be, the weather could play a huge factor. I'm not sold yet. I'm a first-timer. What are you going to do? Give me your 30-second elevator pitch on why.
If I was a first-timer, this venue is probably my go-to of our venues in Canada, to be completely honest. You finish your 5K, your 10K, your 21, you're exhausted. You walk 5 minutes into the village and you can sit down on a terrace, have a cold beer and a hot, warm burger or something, and continue to watch the runners run by 10 feet from you.
Perfect.
It runs by all the restaurants, all the shops. We've got obstacles in the village. So you're able to see people do obstacles in the village as you're sitting there drinking a cold beer. Can't get much better than that.
Well, I'd have to believe the cheering section's pretty good too. Like there's probably people cheering all day long for people,
Absolutely.
right?
You can hear the bell of people completing obstacles as you're sitting there just sipping your coffee and looking at the colors in the mountain and everything. It's awesome.
That is awesome. So yeah, definitely a great first time racer event, right? And again, we're back here for a reason. That's because for the veteran racers out there, right? They continue to come back and test themselves at this venue. So I think it speaks volumes for that. Any last words of wisdom, any last rally cries for anybody out there for Blue Mountain that you want to throw up?
Come check it out. Come say hi. I will be there all weekend. Our staff will be there all weekend. We are happy to help. Come ask questions. Come check it out. Even if you're just curious, come have a look. Come just have a look. Talk to us. See what it's all about.
Sure.
Visit the village. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It doesn't have to be in and out very quick. You can come early, hang out all day.
Yeah. Great point, right? It's just a great environment. And again, there's a lot to do. And heck, I mean, if you want to run the 5K, you're going to run through part of the village anyway. So heck, bring your debit card, bring your phone, take a picture. You can stop and shop on your way. I mean, who cares, right? Just
I've had people run up the mountain, down into the village, stop, have a beer, and then continue going.
Oh no, listen. I'm a firm believer in aid station beer, right? And so if you have to find your own aid station somewhere, then that's fine too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that on a long beast, right? So
absolutely not.
Awesome. So for those thinking about it or kind of again hitting that, riding that fence line, right? Come join Liam and the team out there at Blue Mountain here in a few weeks. It's going to be an awesome event. Again, whether trifecta chaser or just a first time sprint runner. Nonetheless, it's going to be an awesome event. Again, I know by the time we get there, Liam's going to be a married man, so everybody's going to have to refrain and behave themselves. He is officially off the market.
I
Officially,
will do this. This
Yep,
finger will be covered.
It will be covered at that point on.
Yes.
So, if nothing else, come say congratulations to Liam and
Please do.
and enjoy the day. Right. So, Liam, I appreciate you taking the time to join us here on Spartan from the Inside, and look forward to talking with you again soon.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing everybody at Blue Mountain.
Awesome. See everybody soon. Bye.